What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 70 of the Extra Slice, brought to you by the Cheesy Controller Podcast. I'm your host, Anton LaPlatte. Joining me, as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley and the Moon, Chris Montalbano.
By the fucking 12, you have blessed us.
By the 12. And we have the Akatsuki Durag, Madrid Devon.
This one goes out to Glass Eagles Sakai.
You're not even the Akatsuki Durag today. You're the Black Durag. I probably should have.
The what, brother?
The glowy headphones.
Okay, so here's what happened. One too many white people specifically told me, "Hey, nice durag." And
so now you've relinquished the Akatsuki Durag?
No, I'm still gonna wear it. The fuck.
No, it's probably in the wash. It's probably just in the wash.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that took me out.
Nice headband.
Right. Is that a bandana? Like, how do you... and joining
Your beanie's
us...
super cool.
Celebrating his birthday.
Oh my god.
We have the most degenerate squid in the sea. The probably comfiest in his chair. The dude I have known for about 20 years at this point. Jalen Roberts.
Finally, I got Liara, Tassoni, and Tali stacked up on top of each other. It's Mass Effect, baby!
Oh, you've been playing?
Yeah, I got it today. Played a little bit of it. It's Mass Effect. I'll get into it later, but I kind of wish they undid the dumb shit that they did with the romances because of Fox News, but they didn't. Like, come on. I need my alien throuple. You know, I should be in a polyamorous relationship with Tali and Liara right now, but you can't do that. Because apparently we're stuck in heterosexual monogamy, which is bullshit.
Don't worry, the next Mass Effect will let you do that.
That is bullshit.
What next Mass Effect?
The next Mass Effect. But we got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about The Last of Us Part 2, Hades, Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest, which me and Chris are just about to go ape shit for like a while up front. This is your warning. Yeah. We're going to be talking about Starfield and Mass Effect. So, Chris, Fan Fest.
We in space!
Fucking Fan Fest, man.
We're not in space yet.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying, I'm going to ruin your Stola's life on the moon.
Yo, Doge.
She's probably not going to the
fucking
moon.
With my
To the
thick
moon,
dog
to
and
the moon.
dies.
It's a playable area. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yo,
the moon
Inject
has
that
at
Final
least
Fantasy
one
4.
area.
Inject that shit directly into my veins.
It's got so much, it's got a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy IV. And that's just fucking beautiful.
I mean, it's like top 5 Final Fantasy games. 4 is like top 5. Like, come on.
4 is my 2, if we're being a buck. But that's
So-
4 is my 4, funny enough. 4 is my 4. 4 is my 4.
4's your 4?
4 is my 4.
4 for 4.
3 if we're only counting mainline.
So I'm looking right now. So, for people who don't know why we're talking about Final Fantasy XIV again, this time there's actually big news. There was Final Fantasy Fan Fest 2021 Around the World, I think, was like the subtitle of it. Mm-hmm. And it was they did a digital fan fest. It was Yoshi P, the localization director, and like a few other people like the composer, and like just different people were doing it, all socially distanced. Yoshi P, it was the first time that I watched Final Fantasy XIV Fan Fest as a Final Fantasy XIV player. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, I actually understand everything that's going on right now.
Actually, same, because I don't think I watched the last one.
Growth.
And
right, exactly.
So, I'll ask you guys this. Rosa, Ryda, and Edge. Are they Final Fantasy IV characters? I haven't played 4 in so long. And I'm waiting for a good way to play 4 to come around.
Are they the Maga
other than
sisters?
Steam?
I think Rosa was either the healer or the summoner. I can't remember. Edge was the
Ninja?
Ah, yes, Blondie. Blondie.
Who was the other one you named?
Ryda?
Ryda?
Rosa Ryder and Edge.
Well, I think Ryda
Rydea?
was the Dragoon.
No, the Dragoon was Kane.
She looks like a summoner? Maybe?
Oh, well, she's a summoner.
No, Rydia is the summoner. Rydia is the summoner.
Okay, so Rose is the white mage.
Yeah.
Because she's green.
No.
The summoner's green.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Rydia's green.
Rydia? I feel like
Rydia.
some Square Enix fan's gonna murder us due to our pronunciation.
You know what? They can try.
I changed their
It's all
name,
in fucking
so
like
fuck
Latin, so Jesus.
I named all my like lady characters after girls that I had crushes on. Back when I was playing this, like in middle school. What? Simple.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
That's
gonna
wonderful.
pretend that I didn't name the Terra Mokoto Kusanagi. I'm not gonna pretend I didn't do that.
Well, yeah. So those were the 3 minions that were part of the fan fest. They also had the Lunar Whale mount, which I happened to get. It is an 8-person mount. And so now me and all the
You got
homies
bucks.
can fly around in a Magitech whale.
Fuck yeah. All we gotta do is pull up to the toys and wear it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm with it.
We'll see all of Eorzea together in the one mount.
Can we make
I'm
a
here
free
for it.
company yet? Did they address that issue?
No.
No.
The words free company I feel like did not come up at all in all the hours
I don't
of fan
think
fest
free
that I watched.
companies ever gonna change. Like
I
the
mean,
housing
Yoshi P
system.
talked about it a long. The housing system, they're talking about adding more housing. That was one of the
They
things.
talked about they did that in like 5 point something, and it's still shit. I mean, it's.
But also,
it is
one
what
thing
it
about
is.
Final Fantasy is that Final Fantasy is like officially the most popular MMO right now.
Right, you're not gonna
Like
get
at this
enough
point,
houses.
Blizzard is relying on the fact that Burning Crusade introduced the Draenei to get me back, and I'm not gonna lie,
They tried.
it almost worked. It almost worked.
Yo,
Burning Crusade is Burning Crusade is my baby.
Good for
But 14
Blizzard
is
for
hitting right
trying.
now on a different level.
Yeah, 14 is really. So,
I wanted
To
to play
catch up-
last night. I just didn't have any game time.
yeah, it'd be like
That's-
that.
It does.
And I'm gonna get some cards on Friday.
Yeah, I'm also going to get a card on Friday. And let me know, Madrid. I did it through persistence and grinding and, sometimes having people to play with. I made it all the way to Shadowbringers. I made it to the end of the first dungeon in Shadowbringers and just
Nice.
switched to my samurai and was like, oh, I'm too low level for this, so let me just go level this up. I'm like 1 level too low to do the next story quest. And I'm not trying to do
I
anything
haven't
on my
seen
warrior.
that in a while. Just do some leaves real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing my dailies on her, and like that's how I've been kind of taking Shadowbringers slower. I'll log on, do a Praetorium run,
I don't miss those.
The problem is a samurai in DPS queues, so I could just sit there, or I could go into stuff that I know people will be doing.
Well, I mean, there's something you can do if you get your samurai leveled up enough. You can do trust dungeons where you
Yeah.
take the scions in and help you with the dungeons. Which is
Yeah, I
cool.
did. I tried that with the first one. It's not my warrior, so it's just not working out.
Yeah.
I did almost the entirety of the first dungeon, and then I got to like the final boss, got it like down to a quarter of his health maybe, and then lost, and it was like, oh, and it doesn't even let you like get rest if you like
Specifically die.
yeah, you just restart the encounter. So I made it all the way to the final boss, and then I went and redid it with other people
What's
and
the
beat
point
it.
of having a healer on your team? You can't get res. It is what it is.
Right. I could have done it on my warrior, but my warrior's 80 and dripped out, so
Really, you need to get one character all the way up, beat Shadowbringers, and just do the Boshan front. And then that's how you'll
And then
level.
take advantage of that EXP boost,
Yeah.
that EXP difference
It's
boost.
fucking
Yeah.
solid.
oh yeah, the EXP different boost. I started up because of the Endwalker trailer. Oh, the first thing they showed on this FanFest, like FanFest opened, and it showed the full Endwalker trailer, which, if you haven't seen it, is 6 minutes and some change, and I'm actually about to put it on for some inspiration while we talk about this game. But the soundtrack is great. Like
Angsty
the new,
as fuck.
it is awesome, bro. Like when the
It's
lyrics
so
really hit, when they showed this trailer for the first time, and the like lyrics came in on the song, I transcended. It was like a Kid Cudi level of like.
I didn't listen to the song. I just watched the trailer.
The song's really good. It's not similar style to Kid Cudi. It just has that same effect of when like it'll be like instrumental and like kind of like esoteric, and then like the lyrics come in and ground it all, and like it just works really well in my opinion. I like it a lot better than any of the other trailer songs already, and some of those are pretty good, you know.
Actually, did Heaven's Word use Dragon Song? Because if they use Dragon Song,
It wasn't like the best version of Dragon Song though.
well, of course that came with the Nidhogg fight.
Final Fantasy 14, yeah.
Can you hear him now? All right. Final Fantasy 14.
Thanks, yo.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Final
start with the trailer and then go further? Like talking about the class that they just...
Well, yeah, they did like the same way they did it during whatever event that was like a few months ago where they announced the Sage. They kind of went through and detailed more information, but this time more around, it was more focused on the locations and like
Yeah.
the new stuff we saw in the full trailer. So we got a lot of... So I have just bullet points I want to go through of like the key features of Endwalker. Oh, it comes out November 23rd
Bam.
for PS4, PS5, PC.
As far as like the big new city that's coming out is Old Charlayan, which is apparently a huge city that is featured in other Final Fantasy games. I don't know if you guys know, Final Fantasy fans over on our other rectangles.
I can't remember.
I mean,
I have no idea. Yeah.
I mean, it's been hinted at. Apparently, like a lot of Final Fantasy fans have just been like, "Yes, we're finally here. Let's go." And from what I've seen of this city, it's just like, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful ass port that puts.
Yeah, that Aetherite crystal looks cool.
Yo.
I mean, overall, it's a pretty cool design. Like, and it doesn't look like, if it sticks to the layout that they do on this fly through, it'll be, I feel, better accessible. Like where the places you'll need to go, judging by them zooming around, like just looking at the trailer, it looks like the places you'll be able to go will be more accessible than they are in the Crystarium. Because I stay getting lost there. I'm like, I've been doing this. I attuned all the Aetherite shards. I did, like, it's not going to get any easier.
I feel like the Crystarium was almost as annoying as Ul'dah going through it.
See, Ul'dah, at least with the crystals, you can know, okay, you can see the nearest crystal, go there, and get to where you're trying to go. The Crystarium is not exactly like that. So
yeah, all crystals are far from where you actually want to be, but I'll teleport here, and maybe I'll be on the right level because there's upper level and lower level, and sometimes you don't know which one you got to be in.
Right.
So yeah,
story of my life so far in Shadowbringers is like literally spending a shit ton of gil just teleporting back to the main Aetherite and just being like, fuck it, I'll start over trying to get to this place.
No, this old. I'm gonna butcher this all night. Charlayan looks well placed out. I can't wait to be here because it's just absolutely beautiful. I feel like every place they've shown, even like the smaller cities that you're gonna visit, are just so like beautifully diverse. Like there's one city that's like colorful in every, like just like splats of like purple, orange, green, yellow everywhere, and you're just like, I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah.
Lots of fauna too. Thank God. Yeah. Lots of fauna.
Yeah, it's like, it's so, And then there's another one that's a broken down like winter city that looks abandoned, and I was just like, yes, this is like where Shadowbringers looked beautiful everywhere you went, because it was kind of like these like bright pastels in a way, based on like the lack of night that you got, and that Shadowbringers looked beautiful. But I feel like these are using the aspect of colors in a much better way, that I'm just like, you just fucking one-upped yourself. And I thought that for 14 just couldn't do that with after Shadowbringers. I was like, you have done everything you could possibly do. Whatever comes next isn't going to be as good. And I was proven wrong, and I'm glad I'm proven wrong.
Yeah, this looks like it's going to be a combination of Heavensward and Shadowbringers in the best ways out of both.
Best ways. Yeah, because as I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube, and apparently the dude that Yustola is yelling at, who you don't really get the name from him, and they're not trying to tell you, unless you're deep into Eorzean like lore and like encyclopedia, the dude she's like, fuck that, Scions are gonna kick ass no matter what in the trailer, is
right to our last breath.
Yes,
we will fight.
Is Alphinaud's older brother. And so apparently we might in the story get some backstory about them and like their political views and why they fight, and he's so like is so strung up on like doing right and all that, and maybe they don't like each other. I don't know, but like yes, apparently it's going to be political. From what you see from the trailer, you still is like, no, whatever you're doing, being passive, is bullshit. We're going to fight until the end, which is, hell yeah, Warrior Light, we're going to kick ass. Let's go. So I'm here for it. I'm here for another political, because Heavensward was the best expansion so far. I mean, the second best expansion. Shadowbringers slaps. And it's not political. But a political campaign from Heavensward is fucking top tier. And if you hit that top tier again...
Yeah, just watch the trailer for Heavensward. I finally just sat down and watched it one day, and I was like, I have to get here.
Yeah, Heavensward, man. Wild shit happens out of nowhere in Heavensward, and I fucks with it. Like, I feel like no real wild shit happened like that in Stormblood. Stormblood felt like a lull.
I liked the scenery in Stormblood.
Yeah,
I didn't care to like actually fly in Stormblood. I think at that point the story wasn't attracting me enough to be like, okay, I'm going to stay here long enough to want to get all the Aether Currents, and I'm trying to move on to Shadowbringers, because
I think the thing with Stormblood when it comes to its politics is it spends most of its time reminding us that the Narlians are shit and we want to curb stomp them.
Right.
Because we did not see them almost at all during Heavensward. Like, it was literally one of those, up until like the last quest, it's like, I almost forgot about them.
Yeah. You don't deal with the Garleans until post-game Heavensward. Like, you deal with them and...
No, like, literally the last couple of quests going into Stormblood.
Well, I mean, it's a whole dungeon and stuff. I feel like there's more than you are remembering. Just because I didn't...
it was a lot of the very end, because it's a lot of talking, and then it's like, oh boy, it's like, I'm gonna go use this mega weapon, and you're like, that's stupid, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then we get into Heavensward.
Well, what's the face dies? There's a whole...
Yeah, I'm saying, getting to Almingo.
Mm-hmm.
Al Amigo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so, just to break down the key, parts of this, it says these are the new key features. Level caps being raised from 80 to 90. There are going to be new jobs, which are the... I can't think of the healer and the Reaper.
Reaper and the
Sage.
Sage
and Reaper.
Yeah,
yes.
Sage and Reaper.
Sage we learned about like months ago.
Sage was the first thing we
That's
learned.
the reason I'm playing like healer right now. Because I want to play Sage.
It's a new barrier healers.
Yeah, Sage looks tight, but
ready.
Reaper, holy fuck, Reaper looks so dope. Like,
yeah, Reaper is Edgelord Supreme.
They
like,
drip over Red Mage.
Reaper.
Like, so Reaper is your new melee DPS who is now can summon shit from the void to help fuck shit up. And DPS whatever you want more, and I'm here for it. I'm ready to
And you wield a scythe.
A scythe, fucking, you are so edgy.
And you share
this
armor
whole
with
thing.
the dragoons.
Yeah, it's tight. I can't wait to play some Reaper. I mean, you can get it. Apparently, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can get it in 5.5. Yeah, 5.5 Part 2 is when it's supposed to come out.
No, it comes out with 6.0.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make it sense that it's 20 levels under. I think you might, because you get in Ul'dah.
But you wouldn't be able to do Shadowbringers with a level 70. Like, Shadowbringers is requiring me to be, like, my Samurai is, like, level 73.
You can start Shadowbringers at level 70. That's
okay,
when you're supposed to start.
Reaper starts at 70.
Right.
Yeah. But it comes out with 6.0.
And whoever is supposed to be the new Reaper's class transitions to Reaper in 5.5 Part 2, or 5.5. 5?
Yeah, but, I mean, you saw Dragoons in Realm Reborn, but you couldn't be a Dragoon till you were actually there. I mean, you could get it earlier. But, I mean, like, if you were playing from Realm Reborn into Heavensward, you couldn't be a Dragoon until Heavensward came out. So 2.0.
I mean,
wait, what class you said you couldn't be till Heavensward came out?
Dragoon.
No, Heavensward was a fucking astrologian, mechanist, and
astrologer.
Dark Knight. Yeah, Dragoon was a base.
I'm not 100% sure when you can unlock this. I was under the impression because it was level 70, which makes me think that you would get it during this expansion, just at the end of it.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what
it doesn't
I'm
make
saying.
sense to me that you would have to level up something 20 levels compared to what you are already at 10 levels. Because you can't, you grab this new class or job, you can't even play the new expansion.
Right, but you'd have to have a character at least 70, but the Gunbreaker. So, for example, the Gunbreaker, you pick it up at 60.
Right.
And Cap is 80.
Right, but Gunbreaker isn't Shadowbringers, right?
Yeah, it is. It's Gunbreaker and Dancer for Shadowbringers. And you pick up Gunbreaker at 60. I know that for a fact. Let's look at chat. Chat is probably screaming at us.
New classes are always 20 levels lower. Max cap when Stormblood came out was 70. Yeah, it's 6.0.
Yeah,
okay.
6.0. So
that's
what I was thinking.
I just don't know how that. I guess I've never tried to. I play one job. So, to be fair, I play one job. That just doesn't make sense to me because you can't grab this job and just be like, all right, I'm going to play this.
Because they don't want just everybody to be Reaper and Sage nonstop from day one. They want you to play your characters.
Happens,
yeah, but you're not
do that.
in the new expansion.
But
day one, I'm going to be on my warrior. Chris is going to be on his red mage.
Black mage. Fuck red mage. Red mage.
He only plays black mage.
I tried red mage. I got it to level 73, and I was like, I'm bored now. It didn't.
Yeah, I got my samurai.
What, you aren't balancing out your magics using your combos?
No, the rotation is just really boring. Red mage is just flat out.
Actually, if you want to have more fun, learn summoner. Learn that 2-minute timer, homeboy. Learn that 2-minute timer.
Summoner and black mage are the best DPH.
I'm sorry, I'm the healer. I'm not playing summoner. I have summoner leveled because it comes with my healing class.
I'm not.
But I'm a healer.
I'm too far away from. I'm not grabbing summoner. I'm in 80s now. I'm not doing.
Right, I need to either get my Lancer or my what is it? Not Marauder. What is the one that turns into Paladin?
Gladiator.
Gladiator? Yeah, I need to get my Gladiator and my Lancer up.
So so fair enough. You can get Reaper at level 70. And not do anything with it at the beginning of Endwalker?
Yeah, I think that's kind of part of the point. And it does make a lot of sense.
Not to me, but
At least
that's
to me.
fair enough. Like,
So-
if I wanted to grab it and try it out, I mean, I get it. You can, like, grab it and then just do some
dungeons,
dailies.
Do all types of stuff, like...
You can't
probably
even go
start
into
off
the
quest
Bojan.
line. There's stuff you can do. You just can't do the newest content, and
You
that-
can't even
that
do the
just makes
older
sense.
content. You can barely do the older content.
You can start Shadowbringers
Again. I know.
if you
I
wanted
get-
to.
Yes. But
All right, so
Let's move on.
to get through these
That's my
list of
frustration.
things. They're expansive new areas. We've talked about a few of them. You can look at them. Like, I recommend at least watching the keynote part of the Fan Fest if you're interested in any of this, because a lot of that information's there.
Yeah.
There are new tribes, new threats, new dungeons, new raids. The
Dungeons
raid
look
that
tight.
looks really cool to me. Yeah, the dungeons do look like interesting and cool, but the Alliance raid that's about the 12.
Yeah.
By the 12.
Like, okay, so
We've been hearing by
really,
the 12 since base game,
I-
but we don't know a lot about the 12. We're about to do an entire dungeon about that.
Apparently,
an entire
you only,
raid.
That symbol that you see that starts the raid is what you see if you get married or something. But yeah,
Because
so
apparently you're union, like you have a union under the 12, and
yeah.
stuff
So
like
you
that.
wouldn't, if you've never done that, you would never know what that means. And so
I sure as hell didn't know what the fuck that meant.
Right, exactly. But it was cool seeing the near crossover, but it's gonna be really tight to get some hardcore lore coming in with this new Alliance raid.
because they announced before that it wouldn't be a crossover, and that it'd just be purely Final Fantasy XIV universe building, and so I'm excited for what it's going to be. Doing the Alliance raids, doing the Heavensward Alliance raid. I need to do the Stormblood one now. Chris, Jalen, Madrid, maybe one day. We'll do it with you when you get there, you know.
Hey, I'm thinking about some things, and I think I'm going to end up playing 14 soon.
Tight.
Hey, man, let me know. I've been playing a little bit every day. You know.
Yeah, I'll hop on
hour
for an
tops.
hour just to get a
Yeah.
Bojan level up and then hop off.
You know, I just get to where the game's actually do more stuff, or you're not going to keep playing, and then I just stop playing
Trust me.
and do this stuff to start off the next time I
Trust
play.
me, y'all are
Right.
going to know when I'm about to play 14.
Okay.
And I'll make time to get on with you and just actually do Shadowbringer shit and help you when you need help. All right, so new dungeons, new raids, a new small-scale PvP mode. I know none of us are really in PvP right now, but
Could PvP
we keep
kinda-
saying we're going to check it out. and-
I've
I've
played
checked it out.
PvP a couple of times. It's a lot of fun.
It's
You
fun, but
can't-
I also don't know what the fuck is going on 95% of the time.
you really have to kind of learn your moveset, because your moveset in rotation just change. The things you thought your moves did change in PvP to match just an
Like some
easier
weird form of balance.
Yeah,
As the game goes longer, there's healing reduction, and then they're
it gives people or jobs like Black Mage who don't have any healing things. They give him barriers that they don't get hurt for 30 seconds or some shit like that. So it's apparently fucking tanks are broken as shit, and Samurai you should definitely try to play. Not a tank, but
yeah,
DPS,
because
but
tanks are
that's it.
already hard as hell to fucking kill.
Yeah, we
Right.
have
Without a healer.
big-ass health pools.
Right.
Warrior has the largest health pool of any class in the game. So I know a little bit about having a shit ton of health.
Yeah, so it's as far as any DPS, fucking Ninja and Samurai are broken as far as melee goes, and then if you really want to play PvP, that's when you get Red Mage because they can heal and then also attack.
And Summoner is also
that's
really
what they're-
good because you find a group of people, you throw miasma on them,
Yep.
which gives a natural healing reduction on its own, and then you use malice, and you spread it to the entire team.
Yeah.
And then you laugh.
Like Black Mage, I would never don't play Black Mage in PvP. I mean, you can, but like it's not worth it.
Wait, what's that move you do to people that have dots on them already?
Oh, freaking Fester.
Yeah.
Then you just start spamming Fester.
Mm-hmm.
Just spam Fester.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I know a little something about my summoner. You know. Something.
So they showed they're adding an additional trusty ally, Estinian. So Estinian's going to be part of the main cast.
Look, he is finally a fucking scion.
Ready to jump on that ass.
Finally. I mean, he fucked up some shit in Heaven's Ward, but you know, two expansions later, he's a part of the crew,
which is awesome. New residential district, Ishgard. So there's going to be housing in Ishgard now. So
Is the housing
more
crisis
housing.
solved?
Maybe someone can get an apartment.
It's never going to be fucking. Yes, I want an apartment. I probably will be there day one with enough gil
Like,
just
let me
to buy
get
an apartment.
so
Well,
I
you
can
get
finally
early
start learning that
access for the
carpentry
collector's
job. Because there's
edition,
no point in
so-
learning carpentry if you don't got a place to put the shit.
Yeah, I want that early access. I'm just gonna be outside. I'm gonna get me an apartment.
I'm going to get my digital collector's edition sometime soon. So I'm ready for when it drops.
I kind of want that physical stuff. If you don't know what the physical stuff is, look it up. It's tight. And I need some physical 14
it's cool, but
to
it's
like
also
show
not
off.
worth it for me.
That's fair.
Maybe next expansion, but not right now. I looked at all of it and I was like, I have too much shit anyway.
That's right.
I don't have enough.
And it's like half the price to get the digital collector's edition.
Yeah. That's
And all
true.
the shit that actually matters in game, you get with that. So.
Yeah. Get a new mount, a little wind-up doll. The earrings.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, that's about it for 14. Like I said, it was over the course of 2 days, and it was about 20 hours
There was one more
of content. What's the one more thing? Oh, the male bunnies?
thing. The new race.
Oh yeah.
New race.
Well, the
Well,
new sex.
Yeah. Yeah, new gender of the new race. Or existing race.
Look at
The
them listening.
character I've been playing a male Vera.
You're playing a female.
Or
here.
female Vera all the way since I beat Realm Reborn, and because I had Shadowbringers. And I mean, I'm not gonna transition to a male. Like, I like my character how she is. Every once in a while, I'll pay that 2,000 gil to change up her hair, but
You're not gonna change to a bunny male.
no, not at all. No chance in hell. Jalen, what are you thinking about this?
Nope.
'Cause I
Nope,
remember-
I'm a hot Rodagan woman. I'm good.
I remember early Shadowbringers, you were campaigning.
That's what I
for
was.
this.
That's what I wanted until I remade my character again, and I was like, I'm actually good with this. This is
Yeah.
this right here. This is that good shit.
I don't know. I got the cat boy. I might check out what a bunny boy looks like.
Yeah, you might as well.
Change it up. Man, fuck
Switch it
You
up.
know. I know you
sure
got a
in
couple
the
of
way,
Fantasia
so.
potions just sitting in your inventory. I know you
I
do.
do. I got one for free just for being Realm Reborn, and
Yeah,
I
one
bought
of the
like
better
3
rewards.
of them. Yeah. I bought 3 because it saves you money. Why not?
You bought 3. I mean, you might as well.
Right.
All right, so now that we've gone on for 35 minutes about Final Fantasy XIV, some of the other stories of the week. The Last of Us Part 2 got a PS5 60 FPS patch, same way they did Ratchet and Clank and Ghost of Tsushima and Days Gone. I feel like the only big first-party game recently that hasn't gotten an upgrade is Horizon. And like I said when they were giving it out for free, the PS5 version, like, it's definitely going to get a patch at this point. I know they're not going to go back as far as, like, Infamous and Bloodborne. And I mean, Spider-Man would have probably been as far back as they would have gone. God of War also got this update.
Where's that Bloodborne remastered? You know, where's that?
No.
Where's that patch?
Asking Sony for that right now seems like it's either a huge mistake. I mean, we got E3 coming up. Like, I mean, we have actual E3 coming up. We have Summer Game Fest coming up. And we don't really have a whole lot of, like, insight into what anybody's doing. Like, normally there'd be, like, rumors going around and, like, shit getting leaked and all of this stuff. But we're,
Wait,
like...
for E3?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sony
like
got
2 weeks out from
25 new
E3.
titles in the works. Half of them are brand spanking new IPs. EA, Vice President of Monolith, Kevin... What the fuck is his name is? Kevin... Staples is making a new studio for EA, focusing on open world games. And remember, Monolith last game was Shadow of War.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's making a new studio
and expand that outside of the Lord of the Rings thing with an open world, that'd be great.
Yeah, but I mean, so even with that, and I get what you're saying, like, this EA studio is not E3 level news. This is not anything that's going to...
No. I'm saying they might have an announcement for E3.
No. I guarantee you, I'll bet heavily that something this new, that's like...
This is the second
even
episode you went
Haven
into
Studio,
bed.
that's like an actual studio. This studio doesn't have a name. This studio doesn't have a logo. This is him making a studio to focus on open world. Like, you can't announce anything, or we'll just be waiting on that game for fucking ever. And even if that team's massive, like, if they were to show something now, it'd be a game that we're not seeing for at least 5 years. Minimum.
You have a point there.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't feel like that makes any kind of sense for E3. I mean, and yeah, the Sony stuff, but that's like a Wired article. That's not like leaks or rumors or speculation or anything. Like,
no, I'm using that PlayStation stuff to make a speculation on E3.
I mean,
PlayStation's not part of E3 anymore. Like,
yeah,
they're
but they're
probably
gonna show
not going to
stuff.
go.
But they're still gonna have a presentation around that time.
Right.
Probably
something.
later. It's definitely not gonna be the week of E3. It's probably gonna be part of Summer Game Fest. And it's
I was
probably
just
gonna
about
be
to say
like,
Summer Games Fest. We're definitely
Yeah.
about to get a shit ton of fucking news in
Yeah,
a month, less than a month. The flood
It's
is about
just
to start
strange to
happening,
me.
y'all.
dude, like, we're like 2.5 weeks
This is
out
the first
from
E3 of a new generation.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be the
It
first
could have
E3
been
of a
the-
brand new gaming generation.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm keeping my expectations as low as possible because
I'm just hoping they'll have something that'll convince me to buy a PlayStation 5. That's what I'm looking for.
I mean,
I mean-
apparently they're not going to be at E3, so maybe they'll have something to convince you to buy an Xbox.
I mean, see, that's the thing about it. It doesn't have to be a PlayStation exclusive. It just has to be something that uses the hardware to the point that makes me go, okay, I want this on a PlayStation.
yeah, for
like-
me that
I mean,
was the PlayStation.
It could
OS.
easily be a Capcom game. It could easily be a Square game.
Was it a
It could
PlayStation
easily be
OS?
Well, so from
Final
Capcom,
Fantasy
we know we're getting
16.
Pragmata. We know what we're getting from Square Enix for at least the next 2 years, relatively, outside of, like, smaller things here or there, and I'd even call Near Replicant something smaller. So we could still get stuff like that from Square, but we know they have Life is Strange, we know they have Final Fantasy 16, we know they have Forspoken, formerly known as Project Athia.
Forspoken. I need that shit. I need it.
And we have Endwalker coming, and the PS5 version of 14's out, and they're advertising it heavy as shit on the store on PS5. So I feel like Square, we know. Capcom, they're working on Pragmata, and we know that's going to be a ways out. We just got Resident Evil. We just got Monster Hunter. We're going to get like a Monster Hunter Rise Ultimate pretty soon. Your best bet's probably a Resident Evil 4 remake coming up next or Revelations 3. Revelations 3 is something that
No, just give me a remake of Revelations. No, just give me an HD remaster of Revelations 1. Because Revelations
That's
1
on
is a
PS4.
good game.
That's on PS4.
I know. Just give me the PS4 60 FPS patch.
Oh,
I mean, the PS5 60 FPS patch.
that's not
Or the
happening.
enhancement
I
pack
can
or whatever the
guarantee
fuck
you
they call it.
that's-
I know it's not. And that's why I don't
That's
want a
not
Revelations 3. Because Revelations 2 was not good.
I think they've learned their lesson. Capcom has not put out a bad game since Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yep.
So I trust Capcom, like, until they let me down, until they put out a game that, like, to fans of that franchise is a bad version of that game. Because Street Fighter V is pre all of this. And then Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was the last bad game Capcom put out. And since then, we've just been getting, like, new entries or remakes, in their case of Resident Evil, of all these franchises. And Mega Man. Like, we got Mega Man 11, and that wasn't terrible. Like, Mega Man
That was
fans.
actually pretty damn good.
Right. And we get Mega Man remasters. So, like... But I don't feel like they're going to be focusing on that early on. Sega is, which, shout out Jalen, in like 28 hours I'll be playing SMT3 HD. So.
Wait, I thought SMT3 was the 24th.
Not if you got the deluxe edition.
Ah.
I pre-ordered the digital deluxe edition because it had early access and like a soundtrack thing, so.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I just hope the soundtrack is uncompressed. Like, we're not on the PS2 anymore. Uncompress the music. I know it won't. I've already heard the Japanese version. It's still compressed, and it's pissing me off. I see you, Madrid.
Why did they compress it? I mean, why haven't they?
Because the PS2's limited space.
It's Atlas. That's why they had. No, I'm saying why haven't they uncompressed it?
Oh, because
they'd have to probably like remake it. And I mean, I could see them doing that. Sega had a financials call this week where they talked about doing more with Yakuza, doing more with Persona. And I know we got like the Judgment, the Yakuza news last week, but they're talking about having a big push for stuff like Sonic, which, you know, I'd take a good Sonic game around this time.
Dude, does Sonic Team even know how to do that at this point? I really want to know.
But I mean, at this point, Sega has, because Sega now has Atlas. They have enough people under their umbrella.
Yeah, and they're just going to get the game back to Sonic Team, who does not know how to make a good Sonic game.
Hopefully not. Hopefully we get, you know...
Forces was bad, homeboy.
Forces was bad, but they also put out Mania at the same time.
Yeah, but Mania was not made by Sonic Team.
Who made Mania?
It was published by Sega. But I doubt they're going to put...
Who made Mania?
I'm okay, well, actually, I would like to say I'm expecting the next Sonic game to be a 3D Sonic game, which would go to Sonic Team, and it'd be bad. Now, if it's a 2D Sonic game, it'll probably end up being the Mania devs, and that would be lit.
Yeah, I'd take a Mania 2 right now. Like, I'd definitely take that. Or I'd even take a good Adventure 3.
You know what? Actually, I would love a Sonic Rush collection. Sonic Rush was the shit, man.
Yeah, the problem is Rush just used the DS so right. And I get that they could, like, have the camera, like, kind of move on the Switch and, like, translate it all, but it just wouldn't be the same.
They just need to keep the platforming and the trick system. They don't even need to do the visual gimmick of the 3DS. Just, let's rock. Rush was great.
Oh, Rush. I was thinking... No, yeah, Rush, the DS one.
No, you're thinking of Rush. Are you thinking of Rush Adventures?
No. I'm thinking of just Rush with Blaze.
Yeah. I mean, Blaze is in both of them.
The one where Blaze is introduced.
Yeah.
All right.
Sonic 06 would have been so much better if it was about Blaze instead of that weird human princess. But this is what happens.
We're just gonna leave Sonic 06 where it's at. Sega's output
Sonic 06 could have been good if Sonic Team didn't decide to split themselves in half to have a Wii U launch title.
It was bad. All around, just
shot themselves in the foot for a Wii launch title.
It'd be like that, bro.
Sonic and the Secret Rings is not good.
Yeah, but think about the Wii is now 2+ generations ago.
Sonic 06 was terrible.
Sonic 06 was 14 years ago. We gotta move past.
And we have never gotten a good 3D Sonic game since.
Generations.
I mean, that's old Sonic levels. If you fuck that up, I'm sorry. You need to be set behind the barn and shot. I'm sorry.
Hey, I mean, you know,
that's the easiest shit.
Like that's something Forces would have done too, so I'm not even gonna throw no stones.
See, Forces fucked it up. And And why was Classic Sonic even in Forces? Oh my god. Seriously, with Forces, there's chunks of that game where you're better off just sitting the controller down and getting a drink.
The Forces demo was like 2 minutes. It was like the most ridiculous demo I feel like I've ever played of a video game ever. It was almost as bad as the Balan Wonderworld demo, which was the worst demo I've ever played.
Isn't it like the worst game that's come out in a while?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is the Sonic 06 of 2021.
Damn.
No, it's worse than that, bro. I'd
It's
take
worse
Sonic
than a
06.
broken axe Sonic 06?
At least 06
Balan
was fun.
Wonderworld, all of the buttons do the same thing, and it is jump. All of the buttons, where's my controller?
There's like no mechanics in that game.
All of the buttons,
That
all of them, do the exact same thing.
Oh.
And it is jump, and if you have different suits on, your jump is different.
Huh.
But there's no, like, attack button. There's, because you have to have a jump that does attack. There's no, it's
bad. That's
download
really
the
bad.
demo, bro. It's free on everything. You can give it a go.
I'm okay. You didn't sell it.
Yeah, I'm glad. Nobody buy Balan Wonderworld. I know at some point in the next generation, I'm going to have access to that game the same way I had access to Mighty Number 9, or still have access to Mighty Number 9. I'm just never going to fuck that shit. I'm not with it. All right, so switching over to talking about good games again. Hades has been rated on PlayStation 4 on the Korean ratings board, which means that might be something we get during E3 or Summer Game Fest, of just like, hey, Hades is available now on PlayStation, which I'm here for.
Right?
Nice.
I hope they drop a next-gen version, too.
I wouldn't even care. Hades, I feel like, would hold up just... Because if it runs on the Switch, you can give me a PS4 version, which is going to look better than the Switch, and then just let me run it on my PS5. Like, that's the thing I've been saying for a while. Like, I don't need a PS5 version of a lot of these things that we're getting. SMT3, I don't need them taking extra development time and trying to do whatever the fuck extra they can do with the PS5 version. Just
Uncompress
give
the
me
audio.
That would take time.
they had time. They just didn't do it. The game's already been patched.
So, a PS5 version wouldn't fix that. Nier did not need to be a PS5 game. It was a PS4 game that ran on PS5, and it was great. Or what I've played of it has been great. I haven't made it to anything depressing yet, just because I haven't had time for that game. Final Fantasy and Apex have been ruining my life.
That's fair.
And working.
The big three.
Yeah. So, Starfield has been Jeff Grubb, industry heavyweight, for if you know, you know, announced basically that Starfield is going to be PC and Xbox exclusive, so no PlayStation version of Starfield is coming out ever, allegedly. And we already knew it's coming to Game Pass day one, so yeah, the new Bethesda, it's, I want to say Q1, if not Q1, Q2, 2022. And so...
I don't give a shit about this game. Maybe I will later on after some ads, some hype, some like reviews, some hands-on impressions. But right now, I don't give a flying fuck. That's good for them that they have a big major exclusive.
Right, finally.
Xbox
Because they're talking all
Well,
this
also, they
shit.
would have kept their big major FGC exclusive. They would just do something with Killer fucking Instinct.
I know Iron Galaxy worked on Killer Instinct most recently. I wonder what they're doing with their time these days. Video Ball's a good game.
Starfield actually looks kind of dope.
What, Killer Instinct?
No, Starfield.
Starfield? I mean, yeah,
It looks pretty.
we know very little about Starfield, and Starfield's probably going to look good, but at the end of the day, it's a Bethesda Game Studios game before they got this Microsoft money that they just got. So,
Yeah.
like, this
that's
game
fair.
has to be close to being done if it's, like, let's say 6 months out.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of what it is, I've never enjoyed a Bethesda Game Studios game, and so I mean I've given them their fair shake.
Yeah, I mean Elder Scrolls, in my opinion, the quality just kind of started dropping, and by dropping I mean Skyrim is not that good, and they keep selling it.
I mean, but they keep selling it, and it sells.
Because people, yeah, but also
As
it's
much
like,
as-
I'll buy the same hamburger 50 times.
Yeah, but
It's like, if you like it, you like it. You'll just buy it again.
Yeah, but that's
But
not
at the
taking
end of the
development
day,
resources. That's not taking
They even
development
put it on the
resources
fucking
from
fridge.
Starfield.
what'd you say?
That's not taking development resources away from Starfield. It
Right.
is not Bethesda Game Studios porting Skyrim to everything. It's Bethesda giving other people
No,
money
I was
and
saying the
"Here,
quality
port
of
this
Elder
shit."
Scrolls games have fallen since Oblivion.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have any, like, history with Elder Scrolls, like Morrowind and... what was
Morrowind is
3?
actually pretty good, and Oblivion was just
Oblivion.
a little
So Morrowind
bit
was
better.
3, Oblivion was 4. Both of those were Xbox exclusives. I didn't have Xbox
No, they
at
weren't.
the time. Well, PC,
Oblivion wasn't.
they would definitely.
I think Morrowind was a PC exclusive.
Yeah,
No, you can play it on Xbox.
yeah, original Xbox, I think, and then Oblivion
Ah.
was Xbox 360. But there was no PlayStation version or Nintendo version. And as somebody who played PlayStation or Nintendo consoles up until I was an adult, basically, I just have no affinity for that series whatsoever. And I mean, Fallout, I gave Fallout 4 a fair shake. But
Fallout 4 is like the worst Fallout game.
I hate that game.
I hate
feel
that.
like-
I just have pure hate for that game.
I feel like people either love the fuck out of that game or they just like don't care for it at all.
I gave it a fair shot. Like, I feel like I spent a considerable amount of time in that game. I just didn't like it.
But
So,
is
this
Starfield going to be more in line with like a in space Fallout?
We don't know.
We just don't
We'll
know.
know
I
by
thought
the
Starfield
ending.
was a
We'll
choice to
find
life
out.
game.
No, that's Starlink.
Oh, that's my bad. That's Starlink.
Okay,
That's
because
a
that was in my
Ubisoft
mind
Choice to
for a
Life
while too. And then I kind of
It's an
Starfield
open
is
world
a-
art. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what?
an open world.
If they give
It's
us
a
some good
Bethesda
ship
Game
customization,
Studios
Starfield
game.
could
It
be
is the
lit.
next game from the Fallout 4 / Skyrim team. It is that team that has worked on. They worked on Fallout 3.
I
They
mean,
worked on
okay, so
Fallout 4.
Here's the thing: I would rather just play Obsidian games at this point,
Yeah, and I mean,
like, because they have their own like high fantasy game coming out. I'm more interested in that than I am.
yeah,
in
and I mean, you'll probably get better
Elder
results out of that.
Scrolls.
And I mean, but Microsoft owns Obsidian. If they're gonna
Exactly.
start locking down their exclusives like they have every right to do, then I mean, you'll
ahead
play
and do
that
it.
somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Jalen, the one thing. So you're playing the Mass Effect collection. What system are you playing it on?
I got it on my PC. I'm playing Mass Effect 1 again. Getting the girls back together.
Mass Effect 1. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
the one that they
started
did
from
the
the
most work to. I'm waiting on it to go on sale because I definitely want it. I want to run because it has like higher frame rate and everything on PS5. So I definitely want to get it and I want to play Mass Effect 2 again. But judging by everybody who started with 2 like me and then are now going back to 1, it's even rougher. Even though they've improved
I'm
going to
tell you this right now. There's a reason why a lot of the ideas from Mass Effect 1 were not in the other Mass Effect games. There's a reason why the Mako was not in Mass Effect 2.
But they
Like-
reworked the Mako mechanics and it's still bad. So
I mean, yeah, but it's better than it was. I'm telling you this right now, it's better than it was. At least that thing feels like
I'm
it has
just
some
never going to
weight.
experience it. I feel like I've just made up my mind that I'm just never going to
I'm going to
experience
be 100 with you. I would personally say experience it because, in my opinion, I think Mass Effect 1 has the better through line of a story than Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2 was a fun game when I played it. And it's probably because it was action and they switched over to that and all of that. But, like, if I want to play anything out of that collection, I want to play Mass Effect 2 or I want to play Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Because I actually played through...
I want to get it. I want to play that game all the way up to Mass Effect 3. I want to feel a type of way when Legion starts using personal pronouns. It's just like, I mean, the thing about Mass Effect is you really just fall in love with these characters and you're hanging out, having a good time.
Yeah, I feel like I need to go back and do Morden better because I fucked up the quest because it was just being a weird quest. And so...
and then also I will say this, like, the hardest decisions are in Mass Effect 1. Like, Mass Effect 2 decisions are more like, did you put in the extra time to plan this and you were on schedule? Mass Effect 1 is like, I hope you made your persuasion right or a lot of people are about to die.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's
and then
fucked up.
3 is 3.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it, 3's 3.
I don't have a... That's the thing about 3. 3 is the only thing that isn't... The only thing that's like about 3 is the ending. Everything else about it is good time.
No, 3...
I had a good time with 3 up until the end. I had a good time with 3 up to the end.
Coming out of 2, because I played 2 later than you played 2. 2 took a while to come to PS3 because it was on the Mass Effect 3 engine. And then 3 was a lot sooner after that for me. And playing... I think I got 3 on, like, launch day. And 3 was just... It's like they were still on the action path, but it just wasn't as good, in my opinion.
But
like
also, the thing about 3, though...
The multiplayer was the funnest part about 3, and I will stand by that shit.
Here's the thing about 3. The reason why you don't fuck with 3, the story, as much as I do, is because I played Mass Effect 1, and 3 is literally the culmination of every decision you've ever made in that game. Now, of course, it doesn't matter in the end, but there are some, like, for example, people had to go back and save Rex in Mass Effect 1 to get him in Mass Effect 3. 'Cause the boy. Like... Mass Effect, that's why everything up to the ending... That's why the ending was a problem, because everything mattered until there. Like, you gotta save Rex, you gotta... Ashley, I always let Ashley die.
Yeah, I feel like
Always,
Ashley...
every time.
The part about Ashley that I
Space
remember...
racist!
Yeah. In Mass Effect 3...
I've been seeing a lot of space racist tweets in Ashley. I'm like, I don't know who this girl is, but get her out of here.
Yeah, that's the one thing I remember.
Let's put it this way.
from
She's
Mass
the
Effect
one
3.
human woman on your ship that is romanceable. And you don't want to
Until
do
Miranda. Hey.
it. And Jack, if you're into that.
Yeah, no. I kind of want to help Jack more than anything.
I don't know. I kind of want to get drunk with Jack and fight a Nazi. That sounds like a lot of fucking fun.
That'd be fun.
That sounds dope.
But at the same time, Jack needs some professional help. And I'd be willing to
I think
Jack
Jack needs to stay away from professional help, because technically she was in a space asylum prison. Technically.
Good professional help. Non-American medical system.
We're not even in America!
Very true. We're not even on Earth anymore at this point.
And they
We're
still
in
can't
the
get
galaxy!
hosted?
The
That's
similarities to American culture that are just in space says a lot. It says a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, heck.
Shouts out to Love, Death, and Robots.
Whew.
Shout
Okay,
out to Love,
Jalen,
Death,
Chris,
and Robots.
have y'all watched Love, Death, Robots Season 2?
No.
It's... Oh my god, it's
Fucking
so good.
flames.
Did you watch Love, Death, Robots Season 1?
Yes. It was heat.
Okay. This is just more
Like,
of that.
I understand it's just gonna be more, but I just got a backlog I need to deal with. Like, I just got...
It's so short,
I gotta finish
bro.
Nier.
I watched all of Season 2 in one night. It's so short
I'm
that
pretty
I
sure
say
I
bump
almost
it up
did
to your...
last night. I probably have like a couple left. Like the
last
individual
few are kinda
episodes are
short.
so short. Like there's
Yeah.
one that's like straight up 8 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like they're... It's
I didn't
super
realize they were
digestible.
that short.
Yes.
Yeah, but a longer one might be like 18 minutes. And even that's like
You're not spending
That's still
40
pretty fucking
minutes
short.
in an episode of Love, Death, Robots.
you're watching
in any
4
universe.
in 40 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So definitely check that out. I want to recommend that to everybody just because that's the one thing, like, I bumped that up to the top of my priority list and I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I knew it was going to be good.
Get nice,
I knew it was
get
just gonna be
nice and
more.
redacted and watch that. Ooh wee.
Man, that's just a good show. So, I feel like we talked about a lot of the big topics. E3's coming up, so we're gonna keep your eyes peeled, for watching.
Gonna have predictions and the shits, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna do probably. The problem with predictions is if we did predictions right now, there's like nothing to base our predictions on.
Right.
We just kind of
Those are
be
the best
saying shit we
predictions.
want.
By next week,
Those
we'll
are
have
the best ones.
We'll
Nothing
have
but hopes,
answers to our
dreams, and talking
predictions.
straight out your ass.
To be fair, Anton,
That's the best
every
part.
time I did predictions, I did it based on what I want, and I got one of those things.
Hey, that's
Right?
a win.
Yeah, I mean, I want my Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. You know, Square.
No,
I
I
If
want
you're
one
just
of these
doing
I just want a
random
fucking
ass
Final
ports,
Fantasy collection.
You're doing fucking ground up remakes right now, Square. Okay?
I
If
want-
Adventures of Mana, or whatever the fuck you just gave a full ground up remake to, deserves it.
Actually,
Final Fantasy
Square, if
6
you're gonna give a ground up,
deserves it. Final Fantasy 4 deserves it.
And they got to show love to
I will
all
say, if
their
you're
other
gonna- actually,
series
no,
first
there's one
before they
game-
pour out Final Fantasy again, or at least all the older ones, because they're too busy.
actually, if
hoarding
there's
out
one
14.
game that deserves a ground up remake,
14
it's
and 7.
Tactics.
Yeah.
Tactics.
They could.
That's
do
what
it.
needs a
They
re-
could
come on.
Totally do it.
Come
They
on.
could Totally fucking
on
do it.
Switch.
The original.
Let's go.
Oh,
It'd be on Switch, PS4, and Xbox for some reason. And I'd take it gladly.
I take it. Let's play some Tactics.
I could
so
see that
good.
happening. I'd put that on the semi-likely to happen within the next 5 years list.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's something
there's
actually
a lot
I
of
can see
caveats
happening
there.
after 16, because 16 is actually deep into development at this point.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the same team as 16.
Oh, I know.
Square
I'm
is a
saying I see it being
huge
announced
company.
after 16.
Announced. No, I feel like they.
That's
can
gonna
buy
be
themselves
7
time.
part 2.
Yeah,
Actually, we
7
might
part
get we
2's
could get
coming.
7 part 2 at any point. They can
But
announce
we're getting
it
a lot
when
of
they-
Yeah, but I don't
remakes
think I don't think that's the same
interspersed.
team though.
It's
no.
16. No, yeah, 16 has more in common with the 14 team than it does with the 7 remake team.
That's what I was saying. But I
Yes,
still want the
Chris,
Tactics
Yoshi
remaster.
P's involved with Final Fantasy 16.
I gotta support him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, heck, I know I'm getting Endwalker.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that I will have that collector's edition sometime within the next 2 to 3 weeks.
You know what I want from this summer? I mean, because PlayStation's not a part of E3, so it's like summer games or whatever. I want either of these consoles to sell me their console. Because so far, other than Xbox, but I got a PC, so they don't count right. I mean, outright, they don't count. I want them to sell me why I should buy either one of their consoles.
I feel like
Right, blow my
PlayStation's
mind.
gonna do a better job of it than Xbox.
I don't know.
I
It
don't
depends on what
know.
Obsidian. If
Like,
Obsidian
really,
can come
like-
out. Obsidian can come for my neck.
Yeah, but Obsidian
could buy an
is going to be
Xbox
on
and have
PC.
so
much
so why would
more-
you?
What if they
how's
make that
selling you
Halo
an
game
Xbox?
real fucking good? You know.
Yeah,
That's
but, like-
also going to be on PC.
I
so
forgot
how's that
Infinite
gonna
was
help?
a thing.
But you know it's gonna you're gonna want to play
I
that
can
shit
play it
on
on
your
my
Xbox.
Xbox One.
Yeah,
S.
like, I mean, at the end of the day, I could buy an Xbox Series X and plug it in with its all advancement like a PS5 into my great ass TV and just have a beautiful time, but have a plethora of fucking games that they're just giving me for $15 a month. And so
Yeah,
far, that's just like selling me.
I mean, at the end of the day, I can't argue with you. I do say that as far as Xbox versus PlayStation, Xbox is a better deal right now. I'm not going to argue that in any way, shape, or form.
We've gone over that in other episodes.
Yeah,
I just really want PlayStation to be like, hey, man, I do love you. Come
They're
back to
not
me.
going to do that. They're going to be like, look at this game.
We
You know
love-
you want to play this
we
shit.
love
Guess where you
your
going to play it?
money.
On my motherfucking PS5. And that's how they're going to get you. It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. They have 25
Yeah,
new
okay, 25
games in
new
development,
games
first
can be
party.
like 20 of them will be like indies that I'll
Actually,
be like,
half of them are brand
that
new
looks
IPs.
cool.
Half of them are brand new
Yes,
IPs.
half of them are brand new.
Doesn't-
But I mean, that
either
still could
way.
include indie.
Yeah, it could
But
be like 20 new
in those
indies and then 5 of
in
them
those
could be
indie
cool.
games, fucking
PlayStation
slap.
Studios out.
But
honestly, PlayStation
times they'd be
Studios has
better.
the potential to output way better games than anything but Xbox owns. Period.
I don't know. I really don't
We'll
know because
see.
I'm telling you this right now.
Yeah,
Obsidian
we'll
still
see.
has some
We've
of the.
been saying
We'll
we'll
see.
see about Xbox.
I don't see
Literally since the
I don't
360.
see PlayStation running anything small. It's like AAA games are fucking fantastic. We'll give you that. But it's small games are like
PlayStation Studios has been putting out everything they've put out under the PlayStation Studios banner has been at least an 8.
Days
And
Gone
how many
is
of
not-
those
Days
are
Gone?
not AAA games?
That is pre.
How many are
PlayStation
not
Studios.
AAA games? That's my question. How many of them are not AAA games?
Wasn't it a couple of years ago? Yeah, how many are not AAA games?
I mean, we don't know out of the 25 not announced, but the
No, I'm
fact
talking about like
Returnal.
what
No, we're talking about
you're-
up
what
to
you're
now.
talking about.
Yo, Returnal's a fucking banger from what I hear.
Oh, Returnals is freaking Edge of Tomorrow. I mean, live, die, repeat. All you need is kill the video game.
Yeah, but Returnal is the non-AAA game that's been out of PlayStation Studios so far.
Anything else?
No, I mean, the only PlayStation Studios games right now are Miles Morales, Demon's Souls, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, MLB The Show 21.
Has anybody played Sackboy or MLB?
No.
I
I want to play Sackboy,
Like,
but
to
I'm
be
waiting on a
I
sale.
hear
Because I,
they're
like
both
Little
good.
Big Planet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
like, okay,
sports
I don't.
game.
We can't just sit here and be like, all right, MLB The Show is like a good game, and then like diss whatever Xbox is showing out and be like, I don't think that's gonna be good. Like, no one here is gonna actually play.
Oh,
MLB The
I just
Show.
said I don't give a shit about Starfield.
I'm just saying.
I'm
trying to
I
cut the
really
bias
don't give
here
a
against
shit
Xbox.
about anything from Xbox right now. I don't give a shit about anything they have announced except Halo, and I have a fucking Xbox that I can play Halo on.
Anything that has Obsidian on it, I'm like, alright, yeah, I'll fuck with that.
I didn't fucking play their last. I have never played an Obsidian game, and I have no interest.
And that's
in
a
playing
personal failing. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like
the
Coder
one
2.
missing out on
Oh
that.
my god.
But how many of you guys
need
have
to
played like
Take the
fucking,
PS4,
Like, Outer Worlds is a
Ivy
fucking
out of your
banger.
vein.
No, I'm talking about on the PlayStation side. There's a reason I'm not on the Xbox side. If anything Xbox had out, except for Halo, made me care at all, I'd
First
have
of all,
an Xbox.
do you not care about Gears? Because Gears is
No,
actually
not-
a good series.
Well, there's
You
not
cared
a new
about Gears for a
announced.
while, man. You were into Gears for a good
Yeah,
minute.
you drink
There's
enough
not a new
Mountain
Gears
Dew
You
to
announced.
give
take
a shit
that
about
morphine
Gears.
that is the PlayStation, out of your goddamn veins and come back to
But
reality
there's
and just
not
be
a
a
new
gamer for a
Gears
fucking
announced.
second.
There's
Just
not
be
a
a
new Gears
gamer.
announced.
Just be a
new
good
Gears
gamer.
just came out. What was that, like last year?
Yes.
No,
Oh, I
Gears
was talking about,
5
like,
has
Gears
been
3.
out for like 2 years.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Either way.
I'm just saying, like,
Last
yes,
year's
I do
a
care
fucking
about
wash.
Gears. There is not
I'm
a
saying
new
this.
Gears
I
announced.
will say this: we are getting an Outer Worlds sequel. It already passed 3 million. We're getting more Outer World games.
Yeah, shit, we're still getting DLC. Or was it the last one?
Right.
The last one?
I'm just
Or is
saying.
No, that was
I
not
think the
even out
last one
yet.
might be the one.
Let these
Okay.
game
Derek Strickland
systems
pretty much
work for
said he got
us.
an
Let's
official-
not work for them.
Yeah, and I think I'm just going to say PlayStation has the potential to put out better games this generation again, the same way they did last generation.
I think they're cocky. I think they're not going to do. I think they're going to pull an Xbox.
No, they're going to put out the
One.
games. They're not
I
being
think they're gonna
very
pull a Xbox
customer
One.
friendly. I'm not saying they're out here being the better of the two companies. I'm saying that their games will be better, and at the end of the day, we've all bought PS4s because there are games we can only play on PS4, and we've all enjoyed PlayStation exclusives last generation, and this generation we have sequels to most of those in the hopper or going or like ready to go, like Ratchet and Clank. If you enjoyed Ratchet and Clank 2016, there's
just-
Ratchet and Clank Rift
yes,
Apart.
I get
If
it.
you enjoyed Spider-Man, there's Spider-Man Miles Morales, and we know we're getting a Spider-Man 2. If you enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn, We have Horizon Forbidden West. If you enjoyed God of War,
Oh, and it looks like we might just be getting Sunset
It looks like we
Overdrive.
got a bunch of expectations and not a. But the thing with Xbox
Sunset
though, is it
Overdrive.
But these are
unlimited,
announced.
unknown
Yeah. Xbox
potential.
has-
That's the thing about it. They have the chance to prove themselves. They have this unlimited potential.
they've had
Right.
this chance to prove themselves all of last
The
generation.
generation
No,
just
they didn't.
started.
Spencer was no.
The
last
generation just
generation-
started.
Wait,
Phil
hold on.
Spencer
So
joined
you can't
Xbox
you can't
2 years.
no, you can't pretend that Xbox didn't start turning around at the end of that generation, and
Right.
they have
What
the momentum
game-
going
with what
forward.
games?
what
Name
game?
a
Fucking
They were
Game
setting up for
Pass.
this set generation. Just
But they
like
haven't put anything
PlayStation
out
did
this
with their
generation, and
Yo,
we're
PlayStation.
more
alright,
than 6 months
you gotta
into
take
it.
that PlayStation 5
3
heat
was
off
Okay,
your
no,
shit
arm.
I
into the
will
end
say
of the
this,
generation.
Xbox
Anton,
first party
Ori and the Will,
exclusive Series
Ori and the
X
Will, the
game.
Wisp was heat. Ori and the
But
Will, the
that's
Wisp was a
not
good
an
platformer.
exclusive. That's on
Was it?
Xbox One. That is a late Xbox One title. That is
I'm saying that's
Last
still
of Us
Xbox,
Part
though.
2 timing.
Wait,
That is
I
Last
don't-
of Us Part 2 timing. You can't make that
Yeah.
argument about fucking Ori in the same conversation as The Last of Us Part 2
Don't
and
you
Ghost
make-
of Tsushima.
Don't you make like Uncharted?
Yeah, but I don't. Wait, well, first
arguments
things first. I don't
when
think Last
for
of Us Part 2 is
PlayStation
good.
3?
So Ori's already beat that.
Yes,
that's one thing you have to
Uncharted
remember.
was
I don't
good
think
on
that game is
PlayStation
good.
3.
Right, but that came at the end of the generation. But
No,
you make that
Uncharted
argument all the
1
time.
was an early Uncharted 1 was an early PS3 game. Uncharted
ass.
2 is very mid-generation. Uncharted 3, we got Uncharted 1, 2, 3 and then The Last of Us on PS3. The Last of Us is a late PS3 game. And The Last of Us Remastered completely like upended that game and just gave Naughty Dog better tools to make that game look even better. And so, yeah, Uncharted 2 was
My bad. I was
Smack
thinking about
dab
the
in the
wrong
middle.
game that plays the fucking same. Almost.
no, what? I'm not even gonna. You can't. Never mind. I'm gonna just walk all the way away from that. Statement.
All I'm saying is I believe Xbox has the greater potential to impress than PlayStation at the moment.
They've had the
does.
potential for a long time. My
But
argument
we're in
is,
a new generation now. Like we're
but
about to
they
head into the
bought
first.
we haven't even gotten Psychonauts 2 yet, and they bought Double Fine how
Okay,
long
wait.
ago?
I would like to say Psychonauts 2 is a Double Fine game, and when has Double Fine ever been on schedule?
Yeah, but
When has
they
Double
have,
Fine ever been on fucking schedule? Broken Age was a
I'm
fucking
just
shit show.
My argument is Xbox has not produced
I just love
anything.
how
And I'm
flustered
saying,
you
and what I'm
get when
saying
it
is,
comes
you're
to
right.
like
Up to
Xbox
now, we're
versus
getting to the point where we
PlayStation.
have the chance to see this.
Yes, and I totally love to see it just as much as everybody else. Because honestly, like, I have an Xbox. Like, I've enjoyed
Right.
Xbox games. I'm
Yeah,
not
and also,
calling Xbox trash. I'm not being a
Evan, I'm about to
fanboy.
ask you this question.
I'm just saying that Xbox has had this potential for a while now. They've been buying
what I'm-
companies for more than 4 years now.
Gotta
At
let
this
them build
point.
their games. They gotta build the games.
Right.
Damn, the longer that motherfucker
And then also,
cooks,
Anton, I have a
the
question.
tastier
Anton, I do have a
it is.
question for you.
Exactly.
Come on now.
I
Come
guarantee
on. How long
outside of
is
Halo
how long has
Infinite-
Sony been cooking these fucking games up?
But we've had them come out.
Actually,
Yeah.
Anton, let me
We've
ask you a
had-
question. Let me ask you a
Exactly.
question.
Because
How
they're
long
done
was
cooking.
it?
You can't
Outside,
just blame
can you
somebody
tell
for
me one
continuing to
brand
cook.
spanking new PS5 exclusive? Brand
Huh?
spanking new PS5 exclusive. Can you tell me a game that is actually a PS5 exclusive? That's brand
Demon's
spanking new,
Souls.
and that is a remaster of a game from like 2000 and
That is a remake. That's like saying fucking.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. I don't count Resident
do you
Evil
mean?
2 remake as a new Resident Evil
It
game.
is a new Resident Evil.
But
it
it's
was
not.
The new Resident
No,
Evil
but
game
it's
of that
not.
year.
No,
It's
it
the same
wasn't.
fucking thing.
it's a remake.
It
Okay, Ratchet and
wasn't
Clank ripped
beautiful.
apart.
Yes, okay, there you go. That's a new
What's
PlayStation
Xbox
5.
gonna
But is
have
that
but-
out? But is that
That comes
out?
out
Not
next
yet.
month.
Yeah, but
Not yet,
also,
okay.
how long have they been cooking that motherfucker?
I mean, they have people
from
flip
2016?
between projects in Insomniac because Insomniac put out Spider-Man, then they put out Spider-Man Miles Morales. Before that, they did
Which-
Ratchet and Clank 2016. They're doing this now, and they have work done on the next Spider-Man game. Insomniac is cranking shit out for Sony. Like, since Sony's bought Insomniac, around the same time that Xbox started studio acquisitions, Insomniac has put out more games on PlayStation of varying levels of quality. Like, I'm not going to just say that, like, all of their stuff is 10 out of 10, knocking out the park. But, like, all of their games have been of a certain level of quality for X amount of years at this point. And they have a track record, they have current stuff coming out, and they have a future roadmap laid out for them. And that's what PlayStation has done with, for the most part, all of its first-party studios at this point. Xbox, the things they've announced, nothing has made me care at all. Like, I like Forza,
but I will say this
fine
about the
enough,
Sony exclusives.
but Forza's not. Forza is Forza. Like, Forza's going to be Forza the same way Gran Turismo is going to be Gran Turismo. Forza's better than Gran Turismo, but I'm not going to buy a fucking Xbox to play Forza. The only thing I might buy an Xbox for in the near future is Halo Infinite, but that got delayed basically indefinitely. They gave it a release year after having a date.
That just means they're giving it the work that it needs. Instead of
And I hope
slowly
it
but
comes
surely
out and it's
patching
fucking
it.
great. I hope it comes out and it's fucking great. Because, honestly, Xbox needs the fucking game. Because in the time that Xbox has not put out a first-party exclusive of any quality, PlayStation
Well, also,
has
this
put
actually
out
something
10.
else I would like to say is Microsoft and Sony have different philosophies on first-party games. That's another thing. They have two very different philosophies on that.
Yeah, but PlayStation
Sony's trying to
just generates more quality.
That's questionable on me. That's questionable.
Name an
Elaborate.
Xbox game. Yeah.
Wait, no. Don't.
I
fuck
just
the
said Ori
Xbox
and Will of the
elaborate.
Wisp.
Yes. No, but
That is not on the
elaborate
level of
wait, hold on,
Spider-Man.
Hold on.
So
Anton,
even if we fucking one for one that shit, we still have
Anton.
God of War. We still have Horizon. We still have all these other games. So fine, I'll give you fucking Ori, and I'll give up Spider-Man for that.
I'm going to
let those two cancel each other out. Name something else.
Wait, when did Ori come out?
Last year. I mean, year before last.
It came out around the
20
same time as Ghost of
2020.
Tsushima and The Last of Us Part 2. So I'll give
It was
you either of
2020.
those if you want to make the argument for either of those.
Didn't the last Gears actually sell pretty damn well?
Yeah, it had
was
high
a-
concurrent players. It was a Game Pass.
day and date.
Yeah. But I mean,
so-
everything Xbox
And that's
is going to be...
another point of mine, though, is that they have two very different philosophies on how they're handling their first parties.
And PlayStation's just getting results and quality results. That's
I
all
just
I'm
want to
saying.
go. I want to go
Xbox
back
is-
really quick on what Jalen was trying to say about, because Anton, you just said that PlayStation's shelling out successful first parties, and Jalen was like, I don't agree. Why don't you agree?
I mean, like, I'm going to be 100 here. I'm starting not to care about Sony first parties as much as I used to. Like, there's a couple that I'm like, yeah, let's go. But most of them is just like, Like, that's just how I feel about it at this, lately.
Right,
Like,
and so, but
out
you're
of the
saying I can't
exclusives
feel
from
that
the
about
PS4 era,
Xbox.
the only ones that I really like, that are all like, yeah, or like immaculate first parties were like Ghost and Ghost, the first Spider-Man game.
God of War.
Yeah, I'll actually give God of
Dude,
War.
you
I have
can't
mixed feelings
argue
about
God
the
of War
combat.
with-
No, I have mixed feelings about the combat. I feel like the camera's too close. I have mixed feelings on the weightiness of the combat. I like it. I'm not saying it isn't good. I just
Right.
have mixed. I still have
But
mixed
in the
feelings
time that
about
we
God
got-
of War.
In the time from Spider-Man, God of War, and Ghost of Tsushima coming out, name anything from Xbox on that level, period. You
I mean,
can't,
you're right about that.
because it didn't exist.
No, you're right about that. I'm not going to
And
argue.
I have no
not right
faith
about
that it's going to exist anytime soon, especially with them dropping games on Game Pass. They fucking got Obsidian, and the first Obsidian game they got was that Bleeding Edge, or was that the one in the garden?
Yeah, I think it was Grounded.
Grounded, yeah. So, like, they're getting these high-tier developers and just getting stuff like that out of it. And I'm sorry I don't give a single shit about any of those games, but they don't... Name a big AAA compelling first-party Xbox studio in the last
No, you're
5
right.
years.
I'm not saying you're not wrong about that, but what I'm saying is, how should I put this? I feel like Microsoft can pull this off. I really do.
And
I really do.
want
And also,
them to. I want them to do it. This is not me saying I do not want good games from Microsoft. I'm just saying they haven't done it, and I don't have faith that they're going to do it.
And I'm saying this is a new generation.
Actually, that's not.
So I have the
for
faith
you
they
to say
do
that
it.
they haven't done it is false. They have done it. They just haven't done it at the same.
But also, like,
quantity
once
that
again,
PlayStation
Microsoft's
does.
selling
They
to
did
two
it,
console
Chris,
bases.
so-
They're selling to two platforms. That's another thing.
But when was the last time Xbox did it? That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's shit or get off the pot, and Xbox has chosen to get off the pot every single fucking time. PlayStation has shit over and over and over. So at the end
maybe
of the
they
day,
just need to eat some Taco Bell.
Is PlayStation shitting right now? Like, is PlayStation anything like PS5? Sorry, PS5 solely. Why the fuck do I want that system? Right now, tell me why I want that system, and then tell me why I don't want to buy an Xbox.
You don't have one because you don't want one right now.
No,
And I mean,
like 100%.
that's a valid argument.
You have a
but by the end
your
of this
valid
generation,
argument.
there's going to be a game. By the end of the, my thing is Sony's
okay.
shown what they can do, and when are already saying they're going to keep doing that, and it's been good enough to justify not just a PS4 and a PS4 Pro, but now a PS5. And honestly, God of War Ragnarok or
PS4
fucking,
and PS4 Pro, you can't just include a PS4 and then the Xbox. They haven't shown why I should buy a PS5. Neither systems have, except for Xbox,
what was your
because
favorite?
they're just.
So when Ghost of Tsushima 2 comes out, Chris, then
Yes, I will be. It'll be down the
We'll
generation
have
where
Outer
I'm like,
Worlds 2 by
like
then.
Ratchet and Clank is one of my favorite
have whatever the fuck
series of the
Obsidian's doing.
PlayStation series, and it's not getting me to
But
buy a PlayStation
none of those
5.
things are going to be as good as Ghost of Tsushima 2. I'm
That's
willing
a
to bet.
bold-faced ass lie. That's a
You want-
bold-faced ass lie.
Okay,
Do
let's
not
make a
doubt
Metacritic
Obsidian's
bet.
writing. Do
Let's
not
make a
sit
fucking
down
Metacritic
and
That doesn't-
doubt
no, hold on.
Obsidian's
Xbox
writing.
game
Obsidian,
is gonna get a
the
higher-
greatest
when
Star
does
Wars story
name
made since Retcon.
Jalen, name a Xbox game. We will make this Metacritic bet right now. $20. Metacritic bet
You
right
can't
here
live
and now.
breathe
Name
by
a
Metacritic when
single
we're a podcast
Xbox
based off
game.
opinions.
Name
I'm
a
just
single
100%.
Xbox game that will score higher than Ghost of Tsushima 2 on Metacritic. Name one.
I'll give it to Obsidian. I'm going to say it right now. I'll give it to Obsidian.
What's the name of their fantasy game that's coming out?
Let me double check.
Fantasy Star
So-
Online.
Remember the number
Arrow.
80. Remember the number 83. And what was the last Ori game?
That was 2020.
Yeah, what was the name of it?
Ori and the Will of
Will
the
of the Wisp.
Yes.
I don't know. Arrow looks good.
Ori and the Will of the Wisp beat Ghost of Tsushima by 10 points.
Okay,
If you
and
just
if
wanted
they-
to know by the last game that Xbox put out that beat.
But the last game Xbox put out was really Bleeding Edge, and that's dead already.
I'm just saying, you said when's the last game that Xbox
That's
put out
the last
that
time they
beat?
put out a good game. How many years has it been since that? And look at the games that have come out since then from
I'm just gonna
Xbox
stop this
first party.
conversation because it's gonna never go nowhere. It's just gonna be the same conversation over and over again. We're just gonna battle, and it's fine. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is I want one of these game systems to get me to try to buy it. Yes,
It'll
I
be
get the
pl- I-
PlayStation 5 wants me to buy it because Ratchet and Clank's going to go out. I want to play Ratchet and Clank, and I'm going to eventually want to buy a PS5.
Right.
But which
and
one's
so
going to
it'll
make
be
me buy
Ratchet
it
and Clank,
for
Ghost
first?
It'll be PlayStation.
I mean, probably because all my friends have a PlayStation, but at the end of the day, I got
Okay,
a fucking
so at
PC.
the end of the day, it's
like,
still
I just
right.
what I want one of
PlayStation's
these
gonna
games.
sell you
I one of these one.
PlayStation's been selling you a PS5 since last
Ish,
generation.
but
Xbox
it's
has
only
been
got
selling
one
you a
game.
PC
The thing
since the 90s.
The thing for me that's more appealing for PlayStation right now, because I want a next gen console, and I was also on the fence. The thing that's selling PlayStation right now for me would be playing Final Fantasy 14 with the PlayStation 5 boost. You have a PC, so that doesn't apply to you. But in the position that I'm in, that shit is looking very appealing. Also playing Ghost with the PlayStation 5 patch. I've been playing. I picked it up again yesterday,
It's tight, bro.
and I've been enjoying it. I'm like, damn, this shit runs amazing.
But then also, Anton, I will say,
But that's not worth
like
the
a
like $400.
It's not worth it.
$400
But
upgrade.
I'm basically going to be playing the games that I'm playing right now, just all up-res, and I'll have like a faster console. I'll have the cool haptics, and I'll have the flex of, oh yeah, I got one.
That's fair.
And
I
here's my
know I'm
thing.
going to get both systems. I just
Unless
need to
you're
know which
trying
one I'm
to-
going to get first.
Unless you're trying to prove a point.
Actually, my
by
point is I
getting
haven't
an
been impressed by
Xbox?
either of them, and I'm waiting to see what happens.
Exactly.
and I'd
That's
like
where
to
I'm
all
at.
this.
Okay. And that's fine. PlayStation will do it first.
Fair enough. We'll see when it comes next month which one's actually going to tear.
Oh, that's going to be crazy. Like, E3 is going to be crazy.
I can't wait. I'm so fucking
it's first
excited
E3 of
for
the new
it.
gen. Yeah, I'm excited too. And
Like, we haven't had an episode of just pure speculation in a good minute. Just arguing and speculation.
You want to do it next week?
I mean, that's kind of what the last 28 minutes
Yes.
have been. But
I don't know how long I can go for this before I'm just like, no, fuck, I'm frustrated.
Because next week is going to be that pre-information time where it's like, oh, guess what?
I'm so excited, but
We're
I don't
teasing
want
stuff.
it.
Here's some leaks.
I'm a different person when it comes around E3.
and you lose bets.
I do not lose bets when it comes to E3. How many E3 bets have I won?
You've gotten predictions correct. You've
Exactly.
only lost
I've won
the one
two
major
predictions
bet the
twice in
last
a row.
time you bet on Xbox. And I bet on Nintendo and like
No, you bet on PlayStation. It was fine. I knew I was going to lose. I was a
And
fanboy
so now
back
for
then.
this
now
E3,
I'm not a
I now have
fanboy
an
of Xbox.
outstanding
I'm a
bet
fanboy
with
of
Jalen
PC.
that Ghost
Yeah,
of
but that's on
Tsushima is gonna
Konami. That's on
review that.
Konami being a piece of shit. And I will take that bet every single day of my life.
I do. One of my prediction is that Silent Hill is going to come out, and it's a losing bet. But I bet that, or I predicted that Crash
mean, that puts
Bandicoot
you
was going to
over
get
there
a
with Anton,
remake.
'cause-
So, shit, I predicted Crash Bandicoot, and that came out, and now it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Please join our Discord server and keep the conversation going there because we have a lot more time and space and room to have fleshed out conversations involving the community there in the Discord. And, you know, it's growing. I feel like we're over 200 members now. I feel like we passed that milestone a while ago. So, you know, just hop on in there, talk to us. I get everything that goes to the Discord sent directly to my phone. So, you know, I will see if you post in there. And if you post something worth responding to, I'll respond to it. And, you know, I'll be posting in there every single fucking day. But you can follow us at cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. Follow me at Anton6 with 3 X's. Chris.
You can follow me at Chef and Chris.
Jalen.
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
You can find me at 3P Set Pod.
All right. This has been a No It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Akumasanti. Until next time, keep it cheesy. And we're coming back to the studio soon.
Manifested.